The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, live from Richmond, race number 15 of the 2016 season, brings us here to the Richmond 200. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race, a 30-lap event under the lights on a beautiful Thursday night here at Richmond. We have 32 trucks lined up on the grid, getting ready to go racing for the first time in 11 years at the Richmond International Raceway. I'm Rick Burton, bringing you live coverage from today's Richmond International Raceway as we are getting ready for a fantastic weekend of NASCAR racing. Tomorrow night, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will continue their race at the Chase, and then on Saturday night, the NASCAR Spring Up Series will finally crown their 16-driver Chase to see who will run for the championship in 2016. But tonight, it is all about the Truck Series, and their chase will begin after next weekend, which is Chicagoland Speedway. Now let's take it down to pit lane and show you who is on the front row, which is the number 9 Liberty University Toyota of William Byron. On his outside, the number 88 of Matt Crafton in the Menards Toyota for Thor Sport Racing. That is your front row. As we jump back to row number 2, we have the 4 of Christopher Bell, one driver who is trying to win a race to make the chase. On the outside, a driver making his NASCAR Camping World Truck Series debut, Nick Drake, in the number 00 for Junior Motorsports. And running out your top 5, the 14 of Daniel Hemrick, 8 points behind Johnny Sauter. Should he get that point lead and not win a race, he can still make the chase, because who is ever the point leader after next weekend's race at Chicago will automatically make the chase no matter how many wins they have. Austin Cindric will start 6th in the number 2 for BKR. It is a 32 truck field, and we already know that 2 drivers on this grid will be running for the title, that being Johnny Sauter, your point leader, and Tyler Reddick, who won last time out at Bristol, securing his 2nd win of the year. Matt Crafton and William Byron, 2 drivers who already have a win, but they would love to get a 2nd win and punch their ticket in the chase this weekend and not have to worry about Chicagoland having a bad run or something mechanical going on next weekend at Chicagoland. So they're going to try to get their win tonight and make the chase, or maybe they can secure enough points to also make the chase. Rounding out your top 10, let's see, we have the 17 Timothy Peters, John Hunter Nemechek, two more drivers who have a win this year who are still not locked in the chase just yet, and Kyle Weatherman and Matt Tiff rounding out your top 10. Let's send it down trackside so we can get the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the trucks will roll off pit lane and begin their pace lap, William Byron on pole for I believe this will be Byron's 3rd pole of the year. The Liberty University Toyota driver who won his first career race at Lucas Oil Raceway in a dominating fashion. We had a total of 33 trucks. The 50 Make Motorsports machine of Caleb Rourke did not qualify. And running out the field, the 36 of Bobby Pierce had a great run at Eldora, and the 10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb, they will round out the field. Now it's been 11 years. 2005 was the last NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race here from Richmond, but that's about to change. As we come out of turn number 4, the fans are on their feet, getting ready for a great show. William Byron and Matt Crafton in your front row, coming down in the green flag. We're underway from Richmond International Raceway. And getting down into turn number 1, here goes William Byron clearing Matt Crafton off turn number 1, and now the 4 of Christopher Bell moving up into 2nd in the 4. And we have a crash in the back, the 49 of Timmy Hills around as he races back to the caution flag. It'll be Byron, Bell, Hemrick, Timothy Peters just edges Matt Crafton for 4th place, and Crafton drops all the way down to 5th place in just 1 lap. And we saw the spin go on the back straightaway in lap number 1. The 49 of Timmy Hill got turned around by somebody, made some contact with another truck in the rear of the field, and coming off the corner, that's the 36 of Bobby Pierce, gets into the left rear corner pin on the 49 of Timmy Hill and turns that truck around. But luckily, although the 49 got some damage from the 36 of Bobby Pierce, Hill was able to keep it off the inside wall and the outside wall and not get hit by any other truck out on track. So we have a quick yellow, and we'll have about maybe 24 to go when we go back green. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with the restart. Back live here at Richmond, getting ready for the restart with 24 to go. On the board, William Byron and teammate Christopher Bell, your top two, as we'll be going green with 24 to go. Daniel Hemrick, Timothy Peters, and Matt Kraft and Nick Drake making his debut. Had a great qualifying run, is right now running in 6th. Matt Tiff, Austin Cindric, teammate Kyle Weatherman, and John Hunter Nemechek, your top 10. Greg Gaulding, Jesse Little, Ben Kennedy, Daniel Suarez, and Tyler Reddick. Your Bristol winner, Cameron Haley. Caleb Holman, David Reid running double duty this weekend, driving the 92 for Ricky Benton, Austin Terrio, and Austin Wayne Self. They make up your top 20, as we'll be going back green with all 32 trucks remaining on track. And William Byron leads us back down to the green flag, and Christopher Bell got a great jump at the restart. Here comes Christopher Bell on the inside for the lead. And going with the number 4 is Daniel Hemrick, and Bell clears his teammate off turn 2. Down the back straightaway they go again in the turn 3, and this time they all make it through without a yellow. And Hemrick will go into second, so ironically the two drivers who must win to make the chase, currently running first and second with William Byron, Timothy Peters, and Crafton in your top 5. And Byron got sideways. Here comes Crafton trying to take advantage of the 9 going up the track. Matt Crafton, one of the, I believe, probably the only driver who was in that race back in 2005 when the Truck Series was racing here, taking over the 3rd spot away from William Byron. Byron, an 18-year-old out of KBM. He was probably around 7 years old when the Truck Series last raced here. And now Byron, a part of this race in the 9. Matt Tiff having a great run right now in that 54, trying to get inside the top 5. Great run early on by Matt Tiff. And now Nick Drake fell back on the start and on the restart, but now making his way back up through the field, now trying to get 6 away from Timothy Peters. There's Jesse Little, Ben Kennedy, Austin Cindric, all trying to get around that 17 of Peters, who's on the outside line, which is not the preferred lane around Richmond International Raceway. And Drake and Little making a little bit of contact as they get by that number 17. Little now dives to the inside of Nick Drake, as Ben Kennedy now takes a peek on the inside of his teammate Timothy Peters, and now John Hunter Nemechek on the inside of Austin Cindric. A lot of side-by-side racing throughout the entire field. Now we have the 3 BKR trucks, nose to tail, Austin Cindric, Kyle Weatherman, and Tyler Reddick. Johnny Sauter, where is he running? And Sauter's all the way down in 23rd place. Johnny Sauter, the GMS Racing your championship point leader, who's had a great run all year long. Currently running outside the top 20. Something's got to be wrong with that number 33, as we're almost halfway in this race. Christopher Bell, should he win tonight, that would be great for Christopher Bell, but one driver who would not be happy would be that number 05 of Dylan Lupton. Now Lupton would be knocked out because he's around the 14th in points, and he would need about maybe a second win to make the chase should Bell win tonight. But now, should Daniel, and the way they run right now, Daniel Hemrick and Christopher Bell would be in the chase, and Cameron Haley and Dylan Lupton would be out of the chase, because Hemrick, should Hemrick take the point lead tonight from Johnny Sauter, he would be guaranteed a spot in the chase no matter if he wins or not. So that's the big prize of the point lead right now. And we are now past the halfway point in this race. 15 laps are about to be completed, and now we'll have 15 to go next time by. And should we get in lap traffic, the first truck we would catch would be the number 6 of Norm Benning, who's right now currently running 32nd, about a second off of leader Christopher Bell, who is now pretty much got the 14 of Daniel Hemrick, is more than a half a second on the 14 of Daniel Hemrick. Then you got Matt Crafton, William Byron, 3rd and 4th, and now Jesse Little has now cracked the top 5. This 97 Jesse Little, this team has been getting a lot of momentum lately. Has had a pretty good last couple of races, and now Ben Kennedy moves up into 6th. Timothy Peters goes by the 54. Matt Tiff, who drops to 8th. Nick Drake and Kyle Weatherman in top 10 as Haley now moves up the track. Here comes Nemechek on the inside. Cameron Haley grabbed his first career win earlier in the year at Kentucky. John Hunter Nemechek moves by in the 31 to take that spot away. And then Spencer Gallagher now on the inside of Tyler Reddick, and there's the 51 of Daniel Suarez. Running in tomorrow night's Xfinity race, your championship point leader in that series. Greg Gaulding, the 21. We ends up talking about him moving up in the NASCAR Xfinity Series next season, possibly for Ralph Fenway Racing. More details are to come in the next upcoming weeks for Greg Gaulding and his 2017 future. David Reagan right now 20th, and Sauter has gotten around Austin Wayne South to move up into 22nd, but still not a good run for Johnny Sauter. Christopher Bell off the final corner, 11 to go for Christopher Bell, and he's been gapping the 14 every lap that goes by. Now 7/10 of a second between Christopher Bell and Daniel Hemrick. And this race is going by very quickly. I mean, we only get around here in 20 seconds. That's about 3 laps a minute, and we're almost done with the race. We'll be going to 10 to go this time by. We had a early yellow with Timmy Hill getting turned by Bobby Pierce. It's been the only time that we have been under the yellow flag, and now being Kennedy getting pressured by his teammate Timothy Peters. Nick Drake moves by Cameron Haley to move up into 11th place, and Drake trying to get a spot inside the top 10. This could be really an audition for a ride for 2017. You know, I've already announced on this channel that we'll be having the NASCAR K&N Pro Series on this channel next season. We'll also be bringing the ARCA Racing Series presented by Menards on this channel next season, and Nick Drake possibly looking for a ride in the ARCA Racing Series. Yeah, Tyler Reddick right now, he one of the drivers who will be running for the championship. Got that win earlier in the year at Dover. And up ahead of Christopher Bell is the 6 of Norm Benning, about to go a lap down pretty soon to Christopher Bell. Daniel Hemrick second, Crafton and Byron. Byron has been chasing down the 80, just has not been able to get enough run to get by that Menards Toyota, Matt Crafton. Crafton hangs on the 3rd, Byron 4th, and Little. And then you got the other two pair of teammates from Red Horse Racing, Peters and Kennedy. They've been swapping back the 6th and 7th place. They've driven away from Matt Tiff by almost over a second. And Peters trying to hang on to that 6th place. He's had a great run. I believe that 17th led the most laps in the last 2 races, but lost the win, Iowa and Bristol. Could be looking for a 4th win tonight should things gone his way the last 2 races, but lost the win to Johnny Sauter on the last lap at Iowa, and then lost the win at Bristol. As Bell chasing the 6 of Norm Benning down. 4 to go for the 4 of Christopher Bell, looking for win number 2 in his NASCAR Camping Road Truck Series career. Now remember, they made contact, Bell on the inside of Benning to put him lap down, and that will allow the 14 of Daniel Hemrick to close in just a little bit. Bell gets by. Now here comes the 14 of Daniel Hemrick. Christopher Bell won his first career race last year at Eldora. Held off Bobby Pierce at the very end to secure his first career win. Now, running full-time for KBM in 2016, looking for win number 2, his first win of the year. And this win could very well put that Ford truck in the chase. 2 to go for Christopher Bell. Up ahead is a little bit more lap traffic. That's the 49 of Timmy Hill and the 10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb. I don't believe Bell will catch those 2 trucks in time. As Matt Crafton, William Byron moves by the 6 of Norm Benning, and here comes Jesse Little in that 97. By coming out the final corner to the line, the white flag is out. We're underway on the last lap here at Richmond for Christopher Bell. Into turn 1, so far it's pretty much clean track ahead. A quick race going by. We had 1 yellow on lap number 1. Christopher Bell got the lead away from his teammate William Byron on the restart, and he's been leading ever since. And out of turn 4, Christopher Bell is going to make the chase, most likely with his win tonight at Richmond. Christopher Bell gets it done at the Richmond International Speedway, and most likely will be running for the title because of this win here tonight. And right now, as it stands, these 2 drivers came into this race on the outside looking in the chase, and now leaving here, they are currently in the top 8 chasers as they leave Richmond International Raceway. Christopher Bell would get in based on his win tonight, and Daniel Hemrick depends where Johnny Sauter finished in today's race, and Sauter ended up finishing in the 21st spot. What a tough break for Johnny Sauter. Has really struggled all weekend long, and with Hemrick finishing second and Sauter 21st, Daniel Hemrick is your new point leader, and because of that, he is in the chase, because the point leader will automatically clinch the spot in the chase. Doesn't matter they have 1 win, 0 wins, 8 wins. It does not matter. The point leader will make the chase. Right now, Daniel Hemrick is taking that spot away from Johnny Sauter in the points. Next week in the NASCAR Camping Road Truck Series, final race of the regular season next weekend at Chicago. That is next weekend. And then tomorrow the NASCAR Xfinity Series will hit the track for their next last race of the regular season. And then on Saturday night, the NASCAR Speed Up Series Federated Auto Parts 400. We will find out if Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch will hang on and make the chase, or could somebody like Chase Elliott sneak up and get a win. That is Saturday night. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Congrats to Christopher Bell on his second career win in the NASCAR Camping Road Truck Series. Goodbye, everyone.